channel that covers my reality TV from a mental health perspective. As y'all know, I usually jump on here almost every day. There was a challenge finale yesterday. I watched it. There was a Survivor episode. I watched 80% of it and fell asleep for the last 20%. That has now happened about 4 weeks in a row. It's so crazy. I'll watch the entire episode and then right at or right before the tribal council, I fall asleep and I wake up and I'm like, what happened? And then I have to figure a time to just watch that last 10 minutes or so. So right now, wow, a lot of things have just happened in the past 2 weeks. And as you know, yesterday was the anniversary of my dad's passing. 2 years now, so it's been a little bit of a down couple of weeks because of that and because of other things happening. But all in all, I'm doing okay. Hi, Marshall. I'm doing okay. I had a car accident last weekend, so I've been figuring out a lot of things pertaining to that. I've been working. I picked up a side job, so I've been working and then doing more work on top of work. But I'm here. I mean, I always like to think when I have an abundance of things happening that are keeping me busy, and for the most part, those things are not negative things, then I just kind of count my blessings, because I'd rather have a full plate than an empty one. That's a quote that I heard a long time ago, and I've stuck by it. Right now, I just finished working, 5 to 10 minutes ago. Jumping on here. I'm running some errands. I just went to a doctor just now, and then didn't get the answer or didn't get the service that I needed, so I have to go find a different one. Probably next week or Saturday, if they have Saturday available. I don't know. Saturday, I have a lot of things in my upcoming schedule, to be honest with you. I'm doing okay. How are you doing? It's the end of the day, so I have 3 to 4 hours to myself to just live and be free until I have to get up tomorrow and do this whole song and dance all over again. Matiso Film Productions. Do you have a YouTube page? Do you do film production? I assume so by the name. It's nighttime by me. It is, what time is it? 7:12 p.m. It's still daylight. I think sunset around here is probably like 8-ish, 8 p.m.-ish. I've been doing a lot. Right now I'm actually heading to return an Amazon package. You have to go to sleep? What time is it by you? Tomorrow I'm actually taking my car into the repair shop So I'm not gonna have my car for a little bit, but I'm gonna have a rental car. We'll see what I get. 1 a.m. in the morning. All right, well, get your rest. Have a good night. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. The conversation was boring. Next week I start my groups in my job officially. I was covering groups for a month. Next week I officially start my own groups. So the laziness that I've been having at the job is over soon. I'll be honest with y'all, I don't want to label myself as lazy. The reason why is because when I want to do something, I work very hard. As an example, hi M fam. As an example, if I want to do an interview, I'll spend hours and hours typing out information for that interview. But if you say, I want you to write up this report on the price of tea in China, I'm going to be like, I don't care about the price of tea in China, so I'll get to that when I get to that. Oh yeah, thanks for the like. Whoever hit the like button, if you have not hit that like button, please hit the like button. Likes are free. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so yet. And if you want to know when I go live, hit that notification bell. Get notified of if I drop some more great content. Sorry, when I drop some more great content. Thanks, Marshall. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me pin that. Hi, Tricity. By the way, to give y'all a public update about my workplace. Y'all, a lot of y'all, I think I first started covering reality TV, I want to say 2022. I always get confused. Okay, I can tell you based on Big Brother. By the way, this is my Steve Wilkos stress ball. I got this like a couple years ago, one of the first times I went on Steve Wilkos. I found it the other day. You never go wrong with a good stress ball. This is my reward for staying from 9 o'clock until 5. They're like, if you stay for the whole 8 hours, you get a prize, and the prize was a stress ball. I'm still waiting for the episodes of the latest Steve Wilkos show that I was on, because those were some fun episodes. Steve Wilkos. Steve Wilkos is the man. He's funny, man. I like his show. Even though I never watch it. Aside from the episodes I've been on, I don't think that I have ever just sat down and just happened to flip the channel to Steve Wilkos. But that's no shade to Steve Wilkos, because all these shows that I have actually attended, Tamron Hall, Kelly Clarkson, Sherry Shepherd, all those other shows. I don't watch those shows either. I love being in the audience, but I don't actually flip the channel and watch those shows. I don't watch daytime television. Daytime television does not interest me. But when you're an audience member, it just feels different because you're live. Thank you, MFam. You're live in the building, so the in-building experience is really fun. I love being in the building. I love, especially on the Steve Wilkos show, it feels like you're in a WWE wrestling environment. Because, like, they'll tell you to cheer, they'll tell you to boo. You know, sometimes sometimes an audience member will yell something to the guest. The guest will get really pissed off and yell something back. Like the last time I was there, I don't even remember what the guest did, but they did something foul, and then the audience member yelled something to the guest, and then the guest said, "Who the F said that?" And then the lady was like, "I did, B word." And then the guest was like, "I know you ain't talking with that dusty weave." And then Steve was like, all right. We gotta calm that down. Yeah, that happens. That's what my Instagram algorithm is like, because I look up the shows. That's how I find out whether I was on the episode or not, is because I go on like their Instagram page and look up the thumbnails, and then from there I see if it looks like someone familiar, and then I'm like, oh, this is somebody familiar. Okay, so about a thing. I'm going to be jumping off in the next because turning all right. MFam. MFam is a new abbreviation. MFam. Never heard that one before. I'm so tempted to stop in Burlington, but my financial status right now is finish your errands and go home, sir. This is my financial status. $7.24. My financial status. I have to take everything out of my car like tonight or early tomorrow, because I'm gonna have to, well, not everything, but I'm gonna have to take out anything necessary out of my car before I take it in for the repairs. Okay, what else? Okay, so I got done with my Amazon. And oh yes, the last thing on my agenda. Dun, 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 the grocery store. Quick stop off in the grocery store, and then we out. Headed back home. Don't worry, not a thing. How's everybody's day going on here? How are y'all doing? You good? Oh, I trailed off because right before I got off here, I was about to update you about the job. And I was going to say, any of you that have been following me for any amount of time know that when I get on here and talk about a job, it's to tell you how much I don't like it. It's to tell you how poorly I'm being treated. It's to tell you that it's stressing me and it's overwhelming me, and it's just eating into my life, my mental health, all that kind of good stuff. This one is not doing that. And I have now been there for April 16, about, Old Navy is calling my name also. Old Navy, stop calling me. Okay. The job doesn't make me feel stressed. The job doesn't feel toxic. Matter of fact, I say this all the time. I don't enjoy being in the office. However, I don't hate my coworkers. The clients are not that bad. I don't feel like anyone disrespects me in there. I'm not really micromanaged. Look at me, I'm not angry. There's nothing that I could say. There's been a slight. Go to any job and say that nothing bothers you is to be like, I don't have any problems with my family. Everybody has problems with their family. That's the way that I view it. Like, either they're a regular family that annoys you, that bothers you in regular family ways, or it's toxic to where you feel like you have to get away from them. And thus far, knock on wood, it's not toxic, so. Let's just, I'm confused right now. I think they just switched up the entrance of this store. No? I'm so confused right now. Now, I remember I was talking to a friend when I first got the job, and I was like, there's a pretty significant pay drop from the last 3 jobs that I've done. So because of that, I said, this job is just a placeholder for me until I find myself something that pays me a comparable amount to the last 2 jobs in particular. And I'm not saying that I don't still consider it a placeholder, but it's the first one that I've held in years where I said, I think that I might actually be sad whenever I leave here. I feel nothing when I go to these jobs. You know, like people look at me and feel like, oh, do you like it here? Are you getting along well with people? You know? What do you think of the environment? And I'm always giving them my generic answers just because I don't want them to know how I feel. But I tell them at the job the same thing that I tell people outside of the job. It's one of, if not the least toxic work environments that I've experienced in my adult life. And because of that, I still have the bandwidth to do other things when I get off the clock. Do I have the energy? Not necessarily. But when I say the bandwidth, I mean the job doesn't drain my energy, my mental energy. Because that is a real thing. Good night, Marshall. Your mental energy is a real thing. Not me being in the shower. Well, at least you can hear it. Okay. By the way, whatever this music is in the background, oh, I know what song it is. They're gonna cut this video off. I mean, they're gonna cut the monetization off on this video for sure. Y'all like these? These are fire. These are a fire healthy snack with some peanut butter. I haven't been in this store in so long. No, you didn't miss anything good. I'm just here running my errands on live. That's all. I did have an alternate topic, but I didn't start the topic because I just knew, because I don't really talk about certain things in public areas. Sorry.
No worries. The big one out.
Bacon needs. God, I hate going to big grocery stores. I really do. It's hard to find things.
Should I get this or do you have?
What surprise. Hi Ed. Chocolate. We have a guest appearance today. We got a special guest appearance from the one and only. Why am I having such a hard time finding this peanut butter though? What's happening in the world right now that I cannot find peanut butter? You know what? Let's use some deductive reasoning here. Yes, in my defense, this particular grocery store has peanut butter in a different section than they do in most stores. Now let's see if they have the one that I need. It's looking like no. Man. No, they don't. That is okay. Plan B. Somebody really opened up this peanut butter. Oh, that's why I always check. So yeah, this is Plan B. Matter of fact, I'm gonna open this one up too because I don't trust these after seeing one open. Yeah. Tell me that I gotta examine peanut butter containers like they're eggs now. I don't even usually open them, but if I did open one when I got home and saw that it was open, I would definitely turn around and bring it back. Because either way, I'm not eating that. The heck? They could be putting anything in that peanut butter.
Welcome. If you have your Stop and Shop card, please scan it now.
Alright.
Welcome. If you have your Stop and Shop card, please scan it now. Thank you for using your card. $1.69. Savings. 44 cents. $1.69. Savings. 44 cents. $1.69. Savings. 44 cents. $3.29. Place your item in the bagging area.
Peanut butter in a smoothie is fire.
Please continue scanning. Scan to find how many paper bags. Your total is 11.33. Please wait. System processing. Please follow the instructions on the pin pad. Thank you for shopping at Stop and Shop. Please remove all bagged items. Please remember to take your seat.
Yeah, peanut butter in a smoothie is fire. I definitely have peanut butter in my smoothies. The register did not say 69. You know what? It did. Because the original price, the original price of the cucumbers was $1.69 a piece. So I thought you were lying for a second, but I fact checked myself. Ed is indeed correct. It didn't just say that by itself, but it did say $1.69. So Ed keeps his street credibility. Ed maintained his street cred, his MRT street cred by hearing part of the correct thing. Otherwise, I would have said, "Get him out of there. Take his wrench." Take his wrench away. And I don't even remember where I parked my car. That's the funny thing. Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat. Peanut butter jelly. I'm giving you guys some music. Peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat. Alrighty. Alrighty. By the way, this is the brand that I got. Skippy Natural with Honey. It is the brand and the kind that I wanted, but there's a specific one that I usually get, the one with the blue top. It tastes, I think these ones taste essentially kind of the same, but the only difference is like the texture is a little bit different. So sacrifice the texture a little bit. But if you want a good healthy snack, these apple cinnamon rice cakes are like 50 calories a pop. And then you spread like a teaspoon. I mean, not maybe a little more than a teaspoon, but less than a tablespoon of Skippy's honey flavored peanut butter. You got yourself a nice snack. A nice alternative to like chips or cookies or things of that nature. Alright, I think I'm basically about done for the night. I think. It depends. There might be one more thing I want to do. There is, indeed. Peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat. Yo, I want to do a recap of the challenge at some point, or parts of it. I do want to get to a challenge recap. I haven't seen the end of Survivor, so I am going to watch the last few minutes of Survivor when I get home. Frozen yogurt. Yeah, frozen yogurt is cool. I haven't had frozen yogurt in a long time, but that's a family song of ours. It's funny, I didn't even know that was an actual song until after I heard them do it on Family Guy. And then I looked it up and I'm like, oh, this is a real song. Wow. Maybe I should switch to frozen yogurt. I don't even eat ice cream really. Like, if you catch me eating ice cream, it's probably at somebody's birthday party or my birthday, or it just happens to be I went out to a restaurant and everybody got a round of dessert, because I barely even eat dessert at restaurants anymore. I barely go to restaurants in the first place, but if I do, you won't really catch me asking for dessert on my own. You know what's funny and weird? I didn't like peanut butter when I was growing up. I was one of those people that say, ew, peanut butter, I don't like the smell of it. I don't like peanuts. I don't like any of that stuff. Now I like peanuts, but don't mix them with anything. I don't want peanuts in my meatloaf. I don't want peanuts in my cake. I don't want them, or any kind of nuts. I don't want them in my meatloaf, my cake. I don't want them in my vegetables, like how people have peanuts with mixed vegetables. No, I will eat those things as a standalone item, but I do not like them. It ruins everything for me. The only thing that I like that has peanuts in it, that's not just peanuts but just plain by itself, is what? Like Reese's Pieces, if you want to consider that. If you want to consider that as peanuts, or like a chocolate bar that has peanuts in it, those still aren't my favorite, but I would eat it. But if you give me like peanut meatloaf casserole, I ain't eating that. Yuck. Sunflower seed butter. Have I ever tried that? I don't think so. I can't have an opinion because I have not tried it. Healthy fat moderation. We need fat, so if peanut butter is yours, get it. Don't eat dairy. I don't do cow's milk. I just cannot. Oh, I remember this one time at work. I used to work next to a Dunkin' Donuts, and me and my coworkers would get like coffee or whatever, latte every day, almost every day. And I don't even care for lattes like that. It's just like we're right there and everybody's getting it. So I forgot to ask for oat milk or almond milk this one time. Oh God. I felt like I could have died right there. 1 second. All right. Almond milk is the way to go. Yeah, I only drink almond or oat milk now. I can't. What I was saying is, I remember I was drinking the latte, which had whole milk in it, and whole milk had not touched my stomach in years because I had remembered my last experience. But I forgot to ask my coworker when they got the latte to request almond milk or oat milk, and then next thing you know, I started to feel nauseous about 10 minutes after I drank maybe a third of that cup. And then I'm like, why do I feel nauseous all of a sudden? I'm thinking about it and I'm thinking about it. And then I look at the cup and I was like, oh no. This is whole milk in my stomach right now. And I grew up on cow's milk. I drank cow's milk every day. Like, my family, my mom was one of those. We had milk in the house every week. We bought milk once a week. And I would drink it every week. I'd drink it. I'd have chocolate milk. I would drink it in my cereal. Like, I would just drink milk. I would just have a grilled cheese sandwich and milk. I would drink milk with it. And then all of a sudden, I remember one day, milk started doing funny things to my stomach. And next thing you know, I'm like, you know what? You are now lactose intolerant. What can you do? If you don't want to feel like that ever again, you just can't drink milk ever again. That was depressing, but now I'm used to it. Weirdly though, if I put half and half in my coffee, I don't have problems with that. I can take half and half, and I can still eat yogurt, and I can still eat cheese, and I can still eat everything else. It's just milk specifically. Maybe because milk is so concentrated that I can't get away with it. You can't milk an almond, yo. Have you ever tried? Yeah, Ed, you can't say that you can't milk an almond unless you've tried to milk an almond. And if you've tried to milk an almond and failed, my next question would be, why did you try to milk an almond? 2% cow milk. Maybe I will, just to see. You know, I don't really drink almond milk though. Like, I don't really drink it like that. As in, I don't just say, oh, I'm gonna pour myself a glass of almond milk. Like, I use almond milk in things. I use almond milk in my coffee, or I use almond milk in a recipe for something that I'm baking or cooking. Like, I don't really drink almond milk because I don't know, it's just not been a thing for me. I definitely used to drink milk though. And I used to, the whole thing they said, oh, if you drink milk, you need the milk for calcium to make your bones strong. But nowadays, I don't know how much I trust those artificial sources of calcium, because there's so many of them. You made my calcium in the lab? I don't know. My aunt doesn't like cheese. Like, who doesn't like cheese? I know who. Cass doesn't like cheese. The secret's out. I don't drink milk either, so maybe that's different for people that are milk drinkers. Alright, I'm going to be on. Now I'm giving you guys the 5-minute warning. I'm going to read as many of these comments as I missed. I like little nuts in my brownies. Don't eat dairy, but I did years ago. But when I did years ago, I didn't like ice cream unless it was melted. Yuck. Uh, yeah, I think I pretty much got most of everything. He was saying how he's feeling good at this new job. Yeah, I was saying that they don't bother me much at the job. My boss gave me the day off yesterday, knowing that it's the anniversary of my dad's death. They frequently tell me how much they appreciate me there and they're happy that I'm there. I've never been asked so many times, "Are you happy here?" And matter of fact, I don't think I've ever been at any job where, aside from maybe the first week or something, people are like, "Do you like it here? Can I help you? Is there anything that I could do to make your experience better?" I still sit here and I'm like, I have I have PTSD or something, because every time I have these experiences, I'm like, something's around the corner. They're only asking me that because something is around the corner. Something's around the corner to get me here. I didn't see the end of it, so I don't know. Oh, actually, I saw that part. I saw that part with the milk, drinking the milk on Survivor. I don't think that was this week's episode. I think that was a week or two ago. I did see that. Him, Colin, Joe. You know, I'm not gonna know. Well, no, I'm not gonna know who that is. I want to say Joe is the guy who hugged the not hugged, but calmed down the autistic woman. I want to say that's Joe. And I want to say the other one you mentioned was on the pole with him. But I don't know. Mary, I'll remember Mary. But Eva, Camila, you'd have to show me a picture. You know me with names. It's funny, I was talking to my boss today, and she was telling me, she was like, I'm so terrible with names. Because she was putting my name, when she was emailing me, she kept putting Mark with a K. And she was like, "Your name is spelled with a K, right?" I was like, "It's spelled with a C." And she was like, "Why haven't you corrected me?" And I'm like, "I mean, I told you it was spelled with a C, and then I told you like 2 to 3 more times that it was spelled with a C, and then when you kept putting K, I have a, I don't know what to call it. Not a theory, but I have a policy, right? If you're not my personal friend, I don't care whether you spell my name with a C or a K, unless you are writing it on a paycheck." Because one time, a bunch of people used to call me Marcus, so it was like a running joke. There was like 10% of the people who called me Marcus within this group knew my name was Mark, and 90% of them thought my name was actually Marcus. So I remember I did a photography job for one of the people who called me Marcus all the time. And then when they gave me a paper check to pay me for the job. And when I went home, and then I saw on the check it said Marcus, and I was like, oh, I am definitely gonna correct my name if it's in the system for like an HR at a company, or if I'm doing a job for somebody. I'll make sure you know how to spell my name. But like Starbucks, when I'm like, oh, when they're like, "Oh, what name do we put on the cup?" and I say Mark, I just expect the K to be on there. I'm like, as long as the drink is fire, I don't care whether it has a C or a K. If it's not fire though, I'm gonna be like, the drink was terrible and my name was spelled wrong. Let's see. I'm skipping all the Survivor stuff for now until I watch it. There's better ways to get calcium. You get more from veggies. Okay. Yeah, in general, that I say that about all these shows. I hate when people are like, "I'm gonna win this game the honest way and the way that is truth, justice, and the American way with dignity and integrity." Like, you're on a cutthroat game. You're trying to win $1 million. People are gonna get on that show and do whatever they got to do to win. And unless they're doing something crazy, I don't hold it against them. I'll hold it against them I'll hold it against them if they're like racist, or if they're sexist, like if they bring nasty personal elements into the game. Like, there's certain things that I would hold against somebody, but that's like a 10% of what they do. 90%, I just chalk that up to gameplay. I really do. I hate when people spell people's names wrong once they know how to spell it. Yeah, I mean, it annoys me if I tell somebody my name is spelled with a C and then they spell it with a K. But in their defense, like, I have this person who is named Erica, and I know Erica's with C's and I know Erica's with K's, and sometimes you can get stuff like that confused, especially if you're not typically writing their name for anything. But the thing is, the annoying thing about having your name spelled with a K when somebody is sending you an Outlook message is because when they're sending you an Outlook message at work, we work on the same intranet. So that means that when you type in my name, when you type in my email, to send the email, my name actually populates so you can see how to spell it. So the whole name pops up there, first name and last name, and you just click it and don't look at it. And then sometimes, like with this particular person, I would send something to her, and I always put my name at the end of it. Even though you see it, there's just so many ways. I don't even know why I'm trying to go through it, but I just thought of it when you said that. That's why. You see my name when I send you the email because it shows my name, MARC, right there in your inbox. Then you click to open it. Whatever I sent, I have my signature at the bottom of it, which has my name on it. And then when you're sending it back, well, I guess if you're pressing reply, you're not necessarily seeing it. But there's multiple different ways that you see it when you're sending work emails from one coworker to the other coworker. And then when somebody has my phone number and texts me, "Hey Mark," with a K in it, I'm like, you didn't even put my name correctly in your phone. When people ask me, when I have to put somebody's number in my phone and I don't know how to spell their name, I'm like, can you spell even if I know what the name is, I'll be like, can you spell that for me? Because it could be like, if I put Cassandra in my phone, there's people who spell Cassandra with a K. There's people who spell it with one S. Like, you never know. Shopping carts. Why you leaving it? That is so random. I think Chrissy got a little out of control. All right. So now it's my time to go. And thanks for joining me. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notified when I drop some more great content. Thank y'all. Enjoy your night.